I want to focus on kind of picks up on where Ginny left off there. So as is well documented, there's been a surge of workers leaving their jobs as the pandemic wears on. And it's adding to employers' talent woes in the middle of what's an incredibly tight labor market, coupled with surging demand for goods and services on the heels of lots of months of lockdown that we've been through. Unfortunately, the response from many organizations has been somewhat predictable and in many instances suboptimal. Organizations are typically reacting to this great resignation, as it's been called, with increased pay and better, more personalized benefits. These are in many instances short-term solutions to a long-term problem. If your work is the same as everyone else's and pay and benefits are your only differentiator, then you will continue to churn through workers in an ever-escalating war for talent and an ever-escalating cost structure. But what if instead you offered better work? With most organizations focusing on addressing the supply side of the equation, progressive companies like Providence Health and Genentech are recognizing the opportunity to use today's fight for talent as a catalyst to rethink and reorganize work. In an upcoming Sloan Management Review article, John Boudreau and I show how job deconstruction can help bend the demand side of that work equation through the creation of an agile, flexible, inclusive, and resilient new work operating system. Now, the most common challenge employers face in trying to attract and retain talent is assuming that the job itself is fixed, and what needs changing is who does it. This is a false choice. Retain someone to continue doing the work or seek a replacement with comparable experience and expertise. The solution to this false choice is to deconstruct and reinvent the work itself, making it both more attractive to talent and of greater value to the organization by increasing the flexibility associated with how, where, when, and what the work performed is, while simultaneously identifying opportunities to shift away dull or dangerous work that is driving much of this turnover that we're seeing with the Great Resignation. Today, many organizations query this problem from the supply side of the equation. How do we find or build talent with the skills that fit with future automation? In a new work operating system that bends the demand curve, they would instead ask, how do we rebuild the work to optimize the combination of humans doing some tasks while automation does others? Supply-side thinking leads to asking, how can we get our jobs done with the right policy about remote, hybrid, on-site work, to the points that Ginny was making? The demand-side thinkers instead ask, what new jobs can we reinvent or invent to optimally combine the tasks that should be done in each of those three different work arrangements? Reframing the question creates more options for making work more attractive, solving prominent dilemmas such as labor shortages and resignations.